Oh my god. Oh, that is so cute. Chad, come look at this. Have you seen this? Look at this little character. Look at this little guy. This little guy. Chad,
Max,
look at
I've seen it.
There's a little character.
I've seen it a million
There's
times.
a little character.
I've seen it
Chad.
a million times.
Look at it.
Stop!
Have you seen this little guy?
The arduous trick of tanking MMR with AM has come to an end. I need a break, please. I need wins. I'm getting demoralized. My rank is getting not what I want it to be. It's getting low. Insert meme of that e-girl.
I am loyal only to the Allfather, not the Ecclesiarchy's pawns.
Yeah, I figured I would jump back into a little bit of Sisters. I just can't. I'm working on another faction as well. I did Cave and buy Necrons just so I could have something to combat the ridiculous amount of Space Wolves on ladder. But hey, I mean, you know, to each their own. EG may not have won by getting me to buy their Space Furries expansion, but I will definitely slam Lich Guards against against Space Wolves with a smile on my face. Yeah. So let's see how this game's going. We're gonna talk about the process. Ladder's been a frustrating experience as a Sisters player. I would blame no one for quitting playing Sisters. In this meta, it's awful. You got a black main. Don't see those a lot. It's mainly Stormcaller, but whatever. Sister Apentia gonna come down, throw an extra health on that, see what the solution is. I'm sure he has one. They always have a solution. I'm kind of trying to adapt to new playstyles. I'm wondering if you like delay your cards a lot, like sort of how when I play with AM, I delayed my cards for a few turns and just kind of built with stratagems. I wonder if I did the same with Sisters, if it would be okay. Like instead of slamming the Crusader on one just to get removed or whatever, do you think if I waited till like turn 3 or 4 and then put like Crusader, Rhino, and maybe something else into play and just let them deal with it all at once instead of dealing with it one at a time? I don't know. Out comes the Blood Claw, of course. Into the ping from the Warlord, we're going to take a proc and not gain a faith. Such is life. I didn't expect to have any faith going into turn to 4E, but you know, here we are. I'm gonna cast Relics. I've got faith now. And the gratefulness to see this Crusader in my hand. How I am so happy to see you there. That little card has pulled wonders, which we're gonna see later on in today. I thought it was pretty funny. There was a comment in Discord. I had woken up yesterday at like, a lot of you, I don't know if you know, my arms are broken, so I haven't been able to work or anything. I've just been really doing PT and like sitting around the house more or less. I can't put more than 5 pounds of pressure on my arms, so it really limits what I'm able to do. And I had woken up after drinking at like midday on a Wednesday, and I woke up at like 10 or 11 at night, and I posted in Discord, "Oh, I gotta love weekends," and somebody's like, "It's a Wednesday, bro." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the joke, homie." Hands looking kind of rough. We definitely need something. This Crusader might hold weight for a little bit. Eats all 3 of those. That's awesome. Now, if only I had a way to clear these Cleansing Flames? Not quite. Okay. Gonna remove one of these. Crusader, remove another. Get the Sacred Roast Sister to remove one. Put a health on this Crusader, and look at this boss! 2 armor! What a tank!
I have vanquished words.
And this is just why I want to slam Lich Guards, because they come back to life. I have a feeling that Space Wolves players will have a hard time dealing with it. That Crusader is such a boss, man. 2 armor means a lot. You know, this hand, again, not looking great. The DI is kind of clunky. We don't even have the remote faith requirement. You know, the Triumph just kind of chilling. It's going to be there for a minute. There was a game. Ooh, we've not seen this card in a while. This might provide him the clear, so he's gonna get 4 here, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's pretty frustrating. I don't think that card's pretty standard in most decks, but wow. I guess it works, you know. More removal, exactly what Space Wolves needed. Might as well run the 10 cost removal spell or the 9 cost removal spell too. Yeah, just get it all. Yep. Slam the Saint Celestine. Deal with this. It's a flyer, bro. Your dogs aren't busted anymore. That's how I feel when I think about this game. Now the real question is, I think a good player would let the, and not to like rag on him, I think the correct, I'll put it like this, I'll rephrase that, that sounded awful. I think the correct route of play here would be to keep the Fenrisian Wolf in play and not to activate it, hoping that I will burn an attack on it. He might find a reason, like if he plays raid tactics or something, he might just pop it to do 2 damage, and I think that would be incorrect. I've seen a lot of people do similar things. We'll have to see what he does, though. I see no reason why he would trigger it. He hasn't played like a raid tactics or anything, but we'll see. Alright, gonna get a Hunting Wolf in the hand here. And double hunt mark trigger on my fly girl. Okay. He could attack me with it. That seems like a bad play too. I would definitely just... He does attack. Yikes. This allows me to trade with it. And that's why I don't like that. Otherwise, I would have had to waste my talent to remove it, because I wouldn't have had the 3 damage or burn the Celestine attack. Yeah, I definitely don't like the attack there. Gonna draw the Rhino. Debating on the Rhino. Tempo DI. Whoa. Wild play. Alright. Burning off this wolf. Burning off that wolf. Killing this thing. Okay. So we got the full clear, but we did tempo DI. That's crazy. I never do that. I usually try to save it for late game. I guess I saw that route of play and liked it. Wanted the full clear. Now he has 2 answers in his deck to this that he could have, and we'll have to see if he has it. Oh, never mind. Could have 4, and then I'm thinking he can give it. He already has Hunt Mark, so he can play the removal spell. So 6 answers in his deck. Oh, gosh, there's so much removal in this list. Okay, that's cool. Checking the amount of cards. I always do this when I play Space Wolves players. I get extremely frustrated that they have such consistency in finding their removal. Best card draw in the game. Best removal in the game. I mean, nuts. The faction is nuts. The more and more I process it and like read it in and play against it, I'm just like, wow, this matchup is like 20% to win. It feels bad. But yeah, okay. Double Rhino, awesome draw off the top, throwing down a lot of heat. He's gonna have another giant removal spell series to wrap this one up. And we got Triumph coming shortly after, so this is looking fair, I guess. I'm not exactly in the position I want to be. I only have 4 faith, but hey, I've got threats on the board, and he has to deal with it, so. Okay, drop pod. What is the route here? Man, drop pod has a lot of health on it. The 1 armor is nuts too. Alright, he is going to pop the trigger. Throw out some hunt marks. Ah, the vanilla card. This is curious. I may not. I was like, yeah, I may not triumph here now that I drew the Sacred Rose. Gonna trade off some of these hunt mark troops. Don't want those chilling around if I don't have to have them. Kill this with the rhino. Remove that. Yeah, okay. Wanted to clear. Still trying to acquire faith. Put a little bit of damage on this rhino too, and maybe that's a mistake, but I really wanted to try and get these shielded up to build faith. Because I know as soon as I can pin him and lock him, then he's not coming back into this game usually. So, the Space Wolves have more of a chance to climb out of that situation than a lot of other factions do, but it's still very, I feel it's very advantageous. Once you get to like 8 or 9 faith, I feel like that 20% win rate goes from like 20 to 45. It's way better once you hit the faith rate that you need to. Just because building faith against this faction is a nightmare. Just pretty poor overall. Placing out some hunt mark triggers. Out comes Fenrisian Wolf. 3 of them. Tide boys. Anybody watch football? Probably nobody. Okay. College ball at that? I don't either. But they used to make a joke when I was in high school, and they said Roll Tide for Alabama, and I don't know what that means, but I could place that joke here. I know no one's gonna get that, but whatever. I have no idea what that means. It's kind of like, I saw this one scene in, I can't remember if it was Little Sheldon or the adult show, where he was talking about football, and he's like, football is ubiquitous. It's like nerd sports, but for Texas. And I was like, because he knew everything about it, and it was just really funny that Sheldon would know that. I don't know. I'm not much into sitcoms, but I do catch clips on YouTube Shorts, which is interesting to me. I'm gonna throw the prayer on myself and start applying pressure, finally, at that 8 faith mark. Trying to put armor, or not at 8 faith mark, we're at 6. I'm applying pressure, going to put shields on these units. I want to get armor on these troops so they are harder to trade off with. Let's see if he has hard removal for the Triumph. I would imagine so. I see no reason why that or any other unit sticks on this board. I really feel like with EG they have done 0 in-house testing for this faction. If they had played 5 or 6 games against any other faction, they would know that this is wild. I've played probably over 300 games against Space Wolves now, and I'm absolutely sick of it. To the point of where I don't know why anybody would watch anyone else playing Space Wolves, like content-wise or on stream or whatever, because you run into it so much on ladder, you have to be sick of it by this point. It's like 60 to 70% of my games are Space Wolves. 85% of them are Stormcaller, and I hate it. I hate every aspect of it. But I guess that's just the release of a new faction, so I will try to stop whining. I'm complaining a lot. Ugh. I don't think this list is as refined as it should be. No shit like knocks on the player or anything. Maybe he just doesn't have the cards he needs yet. Oof. Takes the smack from it. Does find a way to clear though. Okay. That's cool, because we have hit 8 faith. Awesome. Exorcist comes down. Throw out 4 onto that troop, 5 to the Warlord. Ping it for 1 and 2. Have to trade 2 troops into it. Here's 1. Probably the Hunt Mark troop. No, I'm going to keep the Hunt Mark troop. Okay. Decide not to waste this troop and keep the shield. Okay, I'll see what I'm doing here. And apply some more pressure. Throwing up shields again. Alright, so now he has another giant threat that he has to resolve, with close to more or less 11 health. Okay, drop pod. Bjorn Shrine. It's gonna stick around for a turn. Ugh, hard removal. No fair. You know, I would like to see Rite of Restoration off the top. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do. This situation looks rough. I guess pin the drop pod. I can't pin the drop pod. I'm at 8 faith. I don't even have 9. Wild. Wild. Alright. Clear out some of these. Order of
I
operations.
have seen worse. I have vanquished worse.
Ooh. I ignore the drop pod entirely. Don't even try to attempt to clear it. So screw you. I'm doing damage. Again, trying to hit that 9 faith. Going to pray one more time. Throw out these 2 units. Throw shields on them. This game's pretty close. Keep in mind, this guy's like roughly 1,000 MMR below me too. And I mean, no shout outs to him or saying like he's a bad player or something. I just think it's crazy that this much problems can be caused by. Normally, when you pair like a player that's like 1,000 MMR below a player, the game snowballs out of control really quickly, either due to lack of cards or you know, just play mistakes from one player to another, or another player outshines through their skill. And this game has been rather close all the way through, and I think that's sheerly just to the factor of how strong. I mean, this guy's played well. I don't really see any hard, like, game-breaking players he's made. I think this faction really shines, and it's crazy that this much difficulty can be. This I think has came to such an impasse because of it. So let's see. Tide Wolves, my favorite. Okay. He's at 11. Surely we can wrap this game up soon. Okay. Pops the drop pod. Out come more hunt mark triggers. Yep. Okay, he's gonna gain 3 life off this, go to 13. Oof. I'm getting slammed meanwhile. Go to 15. It's like he's catching back up due to hunt mark triggers. Alright. Still a full group of cards in hand when I can play out my entire hand more or less. Gonna give the Seraphim Shield. Trade into this. Apply pressure here. Tempo Amalia. Yeah. Tempo Amalia with a clear. Not even really worth it. I definitely could have saved it, but I don't want to inquire any more damage and keep my troops, so I played this out. And we're gonna stun him up and play our entire hand. Okay. Even gonna attack with my Warlord and say, screw it, this game's coming to a close whether you like it or not. More Tide Wolves. I guess he did shuffle 30 back into his deck, so he probably has a lot of these. Oh, you gave that hunt mark, but I don't know if it's gonna help, buddy. Can't really hit that with wolves. You can't remove it with Blood Claw. Puts 2 damage there. That seems a little awkward. Revere. Why would he place 2 damage on that troop? To clear it with Fenrisian Wolf? Yeah, 1 and then 2, and can't clear the 3rd one. He can hit it, bring it down to 1. Alright, so we're showing 3, 5, 10 on board and from the hand. If he had pinged the Blood Claw, if he had used the Blood Claw to ping that, it wouldn't have mattered. He needed to ping that to clear it. I think he's wrapping up math in his head right now anyway. Yeah. Can do some sequencing. Make sure I get this Seraphim hit last. There we we go. What a fight. Jesus, 20-minute game. Running into some Lucius. Huh. Awesome hand, though. Wow, what a keep.
You are defiling
Fairly ranked
sacred
player.
ground and will now face his judgment.
If it is death you crave, who am I to deny it?
Not gonna cast the Crusader. Oh, I mean, I am gonna cast the Crusader. It's like, yep, put it to 4. This way he has to talent, maybe not spend his 3E on a troop, and maybe just talent to remove that. Allows me to gain 1 faith. Kind of a process, slowly building faith over the course of a few turns, trying to delay this out. Here we got the Celestium. Comes down with a prayer, get an extra health, give it a shield. Definitely a
He would not allow this.
solution to that. Hollowed Martyr showing up the first time. I initially added this in inclusion because I had not tried it, and I just don't think it's good enough to be ran still. I wanted to see if it was any good. I still don't like it, so I will be removing this from my list. Listed end of video, but yeah, I just not a fan. I don't know why. It's probably good in some matchups, but in the most consistent matchups I find are Space Wolves, and it's awful in that matchup. It's just a dead card, so. Cleansing Flames for the clear. Glad we had that. Put a shield back on this. He's going to break that. Does he have a flanking troop?
Your last moment will be my masterpiece.
Yes. It would be a shame if I deployed another one.
I have seen worse.
I didn't give it a shield.
Vanquished worse.
Man, what an obnoxious troop to deal with. Rider Restoration looking for a home. He is going to pray for a proc. Misses his proc. Yeah, we won a 50-50. Hands up, boys. Can't say never lucky anymore. I just got pretty lucky, so. Gonna go ahead and heal 1. He could have gave vulnerable to that. I don't know if he needed to or did not want to. Have 3 faith, or 4 actually. Out comes the Sacred Rose. Gonna clear this. Games look like it's developing. Even the melee attack to keep this troop alive. Putting that up to 5 health. Hopefully he will not find a clear. Ah, exquisite swordsmanship. Ooh, bit of a misplay. I think he definitely should have gave that vulnerable before he swung into it. Yeah, that looks like that might have been a mistake. Going to repeat the process in the event to try and gain faith. Slam out another sister and might as well cast this Hollowed Martyr, so we have no reason not to. Saving this prayer for a rainy day. Five faith in climbing. Helldrake. Is that what the thing's called? It looks like the Helldrake. It has the same animation as the Chaos Helldrake clear spell. Or stratagem, rather. I guess that's why I associate it with that. I'll have to go read the name of that card later and educate myself. Even going to adhere to the 5 damage and keep these troops on the board. Bringing the Celestian back to life. Going to shield it to be obnoxious once more. Throw up some more shields. At 7 faith, slowly gaining process. Cannot play the Crusader, no energy. Nice try though. Getting some combat elixirs. 1 and 4 proc to hit the Celestian. He gets it. Congratulations, we're both lucky this game. Fair, decent proc there too. If he gets another one, he might clear if he hits another 1 and 4.
Come closer.
Wonder why he gave that troop vulnerable. It only has 1 health. Weird. I'm going to throw a shield here. We are sitting at 9. Throw up some shields before I cast this talent. Because it will trigger the stimulation proc, and we're trying to avoid that. Out comes the legendary Crusader. Card of the week, man. This card pulls so much weight. 2 armor is very beefy. I love that voice line. Amuse me.
Bleed for me.
Doing math, but it looks like he can count faster than I can. Concedes before we get the win. Another black main. I'm gonna ship this Exorcist and the Astrid. Okay. Zephyrum Superior, kind of a new ad. Kind of fiddling with this a little bit.
Will now face his judgment.
Seeing if I like it better than Seraphim, and if it kind of feels similar, does something similar. Drawing troops is pretty nice. I had not played with this card before I added it, but I've been testing and trying new things because the Space Wolves matchup is that bad that I need to experiment because I refuse to give up on this archetype currently. Not playing the Preacher on 2, very notable. And you'll see why. I'm gonna take my turns pretty slow here. This is what I meant earlier when I said that I was kind of delaying things out a bit. Forcing him to play some stuff. For E-turn, throw out the relics, pray again. Out comes the ugly. I don't want to remove this. Amalia Ping and prayer. Yeah, that's what it looks like. They could play the Seraphim to do it too, if they really wanted to. Or Zephyr, rather. Need to read the cards, Jay. You can do this. Alright, we have a troop on board. I do not expect this to stick whatsoever.
I have eyes on the prey.
Giving it a hunt mark. The Raw Dog Grey Hunter. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Still got 3E to work with. See what he's kind of thinking. Alright. Pings me to prevent the faith gain. Dealing 1 damage to this troop. Going to shock it. And trade. As we expected. Did not stick whatsoever. Alright.
I have seen worse.
Here's an interesting play though. We're going to play out the the Celestian, give it a health, and act as if that is our main target. The Preacher is just gonna bypass. I'm hoping that he really just ignores it. Just ignore the Preacher. We have 3 faith. We can start popping Crusaders down. We'll be fine. Just ignore it. It's a 2-1. For Christ's sake, it's not a threat. Got a lot of energy to work with. Jesus, legendary tenacity. That was unexpected. However, by doing that, guess what gets to stick around? The Preacher. I'm excited. Definitely Crusader. Alright, now deal with this. And we're going to clear this troop. So now he has to find a way to work with this Crusader. I'm even going to take the face trade. Just to see if he can find a way to remove this card. Do the Lord's work, Preacher. At some point, I'm going to make a short using the A$AP Rocky Praise the Lord song. And make it just a Crusader and show me just playing Crusader after... Or yeah, showing the Preacher, making it just me playing Crusader after Crusader after Crusader. Oh, I have to do it now. Does not find a way to clear. Interesting. Well, we're going to continue the process. Out comes a Crusader. Going to deal... I was thinking this dealt 2. Because I thought I had 4 faith. I don't. I only have 3. Of course, it's the Space Wolves. Why would I ever expect to have faith outside of relics? Going to ping that. I have to ranged attack this if I want to clear it. So I do. And now we're going to trade with the damaged Crusader and leave a full health one up again. The craziest thing is that I am still barely making any progress on board, yet I am losing health and not gaining faith. This is not what Sisters wants to be doing. It completely changes the playstyle you want to have. Alright, random proc. And a miss. Thank you. That was appreciated. Well, I mean, I guess it was technically a hit. If it had wrecked the Preacher, I would have been sad. Okay, giving it hunt mark. I think he's finally realizing the problem, folks. Opts for hard removal. Preacher noted as much of a threat as Saint Celestine. It is warranted to need removal. That card is good, apparently. It initially was a run of, I'm one of in my list. Now I'm running 2, and I'm very happy for it. Going to throw out the Triumph on a 9 because I figured if he just had hard removal, what are the chances that he has more hard removal? Right? I mean, he's only got 1 more of those in his deck. The targeted one. Otherwise, it's a random chance, and it still won't clear. So, uh-oh. Opts to give it hunt mark. Another one. Great. Yeah, I'm, you know, not frustrated or anything. That's cool. To each their own. Pretty fortunate that he did have that, but we're just gonna keep throwing prayers in this Crusader, and out comes another giant threat. This one which you cannot remove with a similar fashion. Finally gaining some board control as we pressure into overtime. Still at 3 faith. 10E, by the way. Alright. Interesting. That was a 1 in 6 he just lost. Not so good. Still cannot clear the Crusader. Awesome. Give it a health. This has got to be very obnoxious. Going to play another troop. Out comes the Astrid. Saint Celestines removes this threat. Finally gains 2 faith on that last turn. apply a little bit of pressure with this. I could have prayed there if I was really worried about it. Wanted to pressure because it had a shield. And starting to ping down a little bit. No trigger from the Rhino. We have a full board. Drop pod. Activate. Couple hunt mark triggers coming out here. Hits a
Howl with Fen.
variety of targets. Okay. Pretty good. Crusader lives, by the way. I thought it was funny. Ah, finally it goes down. Rip in pieces. Ah, another one. You don't say. Ooh, almost made a mistake here. Counted my faith this time. Relics into the eye. We've got a Celestian on board. We're gonna give it a shield. And out comes our homeboy again. I might stun here, actually.
The holy radiance of the
Nah,
Aura
preacher.
burns within me.
Doing the Lord's work, good sir. Alright, Blizzard. Oh, Blizzard into Wolfpack. Talk about a clear. This isn't pretty. He gets a lot of doggos, and we in a bad spot. Yep. Indeed. 2 doggos to clear this. He says, no, we're clearing the Preacher first, that's the threat. It was, to be fair, so. A Street will take 3 doggos. Okie dokes. Stun him up first. Let's ignore any of that pressure. Put his shield on here.
All that you are and all you
Heal a
have
bit.
done revolts me.
Wrap it up with a Sacred Rose. Maximum amount of pressure to provide. There's shields on these. Lots of shielded targets. No hunt marks currently. He will have a lot of energy to work with, but hopefully we can find a route to victory. Miss Addie over there. Applying a lot of pressure.
You will not live to see our victory.
Alright. Revere. Get a cycle.
Bring them, Fang. Bring them.
Get a
fury.
hunting doggo. Cycle for 2 cards. Places divination. Alright, opts for Fenrisian Wolf, does not play the Hunting Wolf. Tied through 2, so out comes 3. Alright, still showing 13 on board and 2 in hand. I'm afraid this is not enough, my friend. Or 3 in hand, rather.
Fall back. We live to hunt another day.
He can math. ops to back it up, leaves out. But yeah, this is the list I'm working with right now. Hollowed Martyrs soon to be cut. Probably going to replace it with the Seraphim. Still feeling comfortable with the one of Cleansing Flames. Think that's probably the right number. Two could be ran, I guess. Really digging Preacher though. It has shown its weight many a time. Crusader makes the Space Wolves matchup extremely playable. Sister Repentia does about the same thing in Space Wolves. This card's looking pretty dead. And Zephyrim Superior, to be seen. We'll see how this card pans out. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed everything. Sorry for a lot of whining today. Just happens to be that time of the month, I guess. Hopefully you guys will tune in tomorrow. Later.
Find Peter Parker! Great, it's just some random guy.